Marketing and advertising can be complicated. What's most important?
What should I focus on?
Direct marketing?
Email campaigns?
Social media?
Cold calling?
With Marketing Atlas, you'll have a clear guide to get more leads, close more sales, and take your business to the next level. Welcome to Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
With your host, Hernan Vasquez.
So there's no denying right now, it seems to be some sort of recession happening or the economy cooling down or whatever you want to say. And the reality is that every time I hear these words, every time I hear this, I think that there's a big opportunity for everyone that wants to acquire a lot of market share in basically any market. So what I'm about to tell you guys is basically my experience over the past couple of crises when it comes to running Facebook ads, and why I think this is great news. And I'm also going to share with you an article that I just read that it's actually pretty cool and pretty, I would say pretty cool. Pretty cool because it means that we can win big over the next couple of months with this specific economy or with the economic climate or whatever you want to call it. All right. Now, before I dive into all of that, which is going to be awesome, I just want to invite you to a live presentation that I'm holding this upcoming Thursday. All you need to do is to go to 100mwebinar.com, 100m, like this, 100mwebinar.com, and you can register for the class. It's going to be free. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be a lot of value. We're going to be talking about how we're winning for clients, for our agency clients, and how our students are winning thanks to the strategies that I'm about to share with you on that class. The class is completely free. There's some of the stuff that we're going to be disclosing on that class that I never talked about before. And some of the stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you on that class, a lot of people charge a lot of money for, okay? But this is free. It's completely free. We're going to be taking Facebook Q&A at the end. So if you're running Facebook ads or you want to start running Facebook ads, whether it is for your own business or for other people's businesses, and you want to really thrive during these quote unquote crazy or weird times or whatever, go ahead and register at 100mwebinar.com. It's there. It's upcoming. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, with that being said, I want to share my screen because I just came across this article. And every time I come across these type of articles, I think this is actually a great opportunity for everyone that wants to acquire a lot of customers. Okay. So this is an article from CNBC.com. Today, it was published yesterday, Monday, July 25th. I'm recording this on the 26th. Okay. And this is earning disclosures week for all of the big tech companies. Okay. So we have Meta, I think, reporting second quarter earnings tomorrow on Wednesday. We have, let's see, Alphabet, Google and Microsoft today, and then Apple and Amazon on Thursday. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday, these companies are going to be reporting second quarter earnings. Okay. And what that means is that when they report second quarter earnings, when they report any type of quarter earnings, what's happening is that markets will change. Okay. Markets shift. Usually if Facebook is short on whatever is expected when it comes to earnings, usually the stock drops and all that. But what matters for us as advertisers is that whenever I start seeing this type of Facebook stumbling ad business lies at the center of tech earnings week, whenever I start seeing these type of headlines, right? Facebook is struggling with ads. People are taking their budgets out of Facebook. I actually think there's a big opportunity. The reason why there's a big opportunity is because every time there's been a crisis, two things tend to happen. Okay, two things tend to happen. Let's talk about, what happened during the pandemic, which was quote unquote a crisis. A lot of people didn't know what to do. A lot of businesses were failing and all of that. And I saw several companies, mine included, and several clients actually soar and build their business throughout the pandemic. And the reason why is because there's two things that happen. Number one is that a lot of advertisers, both big and small, they tend to withdraw their funds from advertising. They tend to, become more conservative. So let's say that some of these big companies that were spending millions of dollars every single month on ads, Facebook ads specifically, or Instagram ads, and now they start spending less and less and less. What does that mean for us as small advertisers, small business owners, as small entrepreneurs? What does that mean? That means that for us, there's a lot of free inventory that we can then acquire. There's a lot of free inventory, which basically means that the cost to advertise on these platforms tends to go down, which is great. And the reason why it's great is because we, as small advertisers, probably we don't have tens of millions of dollars to advertise on Facebook or Instagram or Google or YouTube every single month, right? So what happens is that the pressure goes down on these platforms. So the pressure goes down on these platforms. The cost to acquire customers tend to go down as well. The cost to acquire leads tend to go down. Cost to get a click, cost per click, CPMs, cost to show your ads, they tend to go down, which is great news. Now, in order for you to leverage this, you need to actually keep on advertising, which is what a lot of people, they don't do. All right. So again, I've seen those people. I have kind of kept on advertising, and I've been lucky enough to work with some of the biggest names in digital marketing. And it doesn't matter what the economy does. It doesn't matter what the government does. It doesn't matter what, Facebook says that they earned during Q2. They kept on advertising. They keep on advertising. Okay. So that's the secret that I learned after working with these guys. So again, it gets less expensive to get a click, to get a lead, to get a customer. All right. It gets less expensive to get a click, to get a lead, to get a customer. That's the one thing that happens when kind of the economy cools down. The first thing. The second thing that happens, and this is especially for my friends out there that are servicing other businesses, especially if you own a digital marketing agency or if you're running ads for other people or if you're running ads for other businesses, what happens is that those businesses that were booming during, the economy summer or the economy spring, those businesses that were booming, that means that they probably didn't need to take a look at their follow-up sequences. They probably didn't need to take a look at their sales process. They didn't need to take a look at their ads. Why? Because things were working, right? And if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. But the problem is that right now, things might not work as expected. So these business owners that were fat, they were happy, they were lazy, now they really need to start paying attention to their ads. Now they really need to start paying attention to their sales process, their conversion process. So that means that there's a high chance that they will intake an expert, could be you, could be me, could be anyone running ads for other businesses. That basically means that these guys, they now start paying attention. So it's good if you own a performance-based agency or a direct response agency like mine, because then, if you were dealing with an agency that they were only selling you impressions, right? Then you start realizing that impressions, they don't mean as much. Now you need to actually get performance on your ads. So it's good if you come from that school. It's not that good if, again, you're selling impressions, you're getting people, followers on Instagram, or if you're getting people engagement on their Instagram profiles or their Facebook, and instead of turning those advertising dollars into profit, you're basically, spending the money. So I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's a different school of thought. All right. So again, for those businesses that are providing Facebook ads and advertising services to other businesses, especially if you come from a direct response background like I do, then it gets so much easier to get customers, to charge more money. Why? Because people start paying attention. So this has been the norm when it comes to an economy cooling off. Okay, this has been the norm. Again, it's cheaper to advertise. That means that you can acquire a lot of customers, a lot of leads, a lot of sales, and a lot of market share. So when the economy goes back up, which it will go back up, you already have a thriving business. Okay, so that's number one. As long as you keep on advertising, that is really important. And number two, if you provide services to other businesses, right, like we do at my digital marketing agency, then it gets easier to actually get customers. Why? Because again, those business owners that were fat, they were lazy, they were happy, now they need to pay attention to stuff. And if they had somebody maybe running their ads, now they need to hire an expert to come in and tell them how to make more money with maybe their current list, or how to make more money with the current budget, right? So that is something that I want to tell you guys why I think this is great news. The third thing that I forgot to mention, the third bonus thing, if you would, is that as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, they start dropping advertisers, right? They start dropping these earnings on ads. Guess what? They give you a better service because they want to keep you, right? So again, Facebook, Instagram, Google, Amazon, and whatnot, usually during thriving times, they can get a little bit cocky, if you would, and they don't pay attention that much to advertisers. The reason behind it is because they have a lot of money coming in, right? So what you're going to do? But now, since they're starting to bleed budgets out of and people getting out of the game, then if you're advertising on Facebook, both for your own business or for other people's businesses, you start getting more their attention. So they become more helpful. It's unfortunate that it works like this, but it's the way it is. All right. So I'm not here to judge the market. I'm not here to judge anything that has to do with their behavior or whatever, it's good or bad. That's not the deal. That's not what we're talking about here. What I'm telling you is what I've experienced after 6, 7, 8 years of running Facebook advertising and why I think this is great news if you're ready to seize the opportunity. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be cool. It's going to be, it's going to be scary. But if you stick to your guns, if you keep on advertising and you invest on getting better, that means that you will be able to come out on top when things go back to normal, right? I think it was Rockefeller, Rothschild, or one of these banker guys that they say when there's blood on the street, it's time to go out and buy properties, right? Again, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying what they say. And again, when you start seeing all of these fear-mongering stuff, when you start seeing all of this stuff, what happens is that you need to buy more inventory. That's exactly what I do every time this happens, is that we buy more inventory and then we come out on top for both my company, my businesses, and for other people's businesses. All right. So I just want to share with you guys this article. It's pretty cool. I'm going to leave links for this article somewhere around the description of this piece of content. We'll see what happens when it comes to Facebook earnings, when it comes to Amazon, Apple earnings, and all that. I'm really interested on what they have to say because that impacts how much they will price their inventory on ads, right? But again, when everyone is getting out of the platform, it would be ideal for you to start getting as much inventory as possible. For instance, I had this client, they built their business during the pandemic. Like literally, they were spending $30,000 a month on ads. We were able to take them to $1.5 million a month on advertising profitably with a 6x ROAS in 60 days. 6x ROAS in 60 days, just because of how cheap it was to acquire customers on Facebook. So if that is something that you want to do, and if you want to learn more tricks and how to prepare yourself, again, whether it is that you're running ads for your own business or for other people's businesses, go ahead and register for my upcoming class. We're going to be talking a lot about this. I'm going to be giving you some really cool techniques that you can apply right now based on what we're seeing that's working for on agency clients, our own business, because we're also advertising. We drink the Kool-Aid. So if you want to go ahead and learn all about this, free class, it's going to be awesome. We're going to be taking Facebook ads Q&A at the end. So all you need to do is to go to 100 million webinar like this, 100 million webinar, 100mwebinar.com, register there. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we'll go from there. Thank you, Riley. Thank you for commenting. I'll see you guys really, really soon. Bye-bye.